Welcome. So this was a video which was very related to the Instagram post that I made, not post, the stories, and I asked the followers there, what are your fears, dreams and hopes for studying in Germany? These three things pretty much define if that particular country is something for them. And even if it doesn't define them, it helps me in understanding what kind of content or what kind of videos I can produce to help the students to actually achieve their dreams. It is a very important video because it is going to be my experiences on how you can survive in Germany based on all of the questions, the hopes, dreams and fears that the Instagram followers shared with me there. So thanks to everybody who follows me on Instagram, and if you don't follow me yet, well, here's the link. So with this, let's start with Bharat in Germany's guide to surviving in Germany. I'm actually writing a PDF so that you can keep it with you always, and whenever you have any kind of doubts or unsureties, or if you need some help or something, you can always look at it, and all of the links and everything you will find in the description. So the first point is use the internet. When you're coming to Germany, it could be very overwhelming that you don't understand what's written on a specific notice board, what's written on the bus, where is it going, what are the directions, all of these things. And for those reasons, you can always fall back to the internet. Now, this is not 2000 or even the previous years when you had to have some kind of travel guide with you or other things like that. You can always use your Google Maps. You can always ask people. Asking people is also easier in this age because our generation, they know English and they know English well. So if you land in any kind of problem and you need some help, you can gladly just ask them. Many often than not, we actually underestimate people's willingness to help, and that sometimes might force you to shrink inside your own shell, which is not such a great thing. And you don't use the internet just for translations and stuff. Of course those are very important things. When you're going into a supermarket, you have to really understand what's written there so that you can actually buy the right product and not screw things up. And then the internet also really helps you to stay in touch with the community which maybe supported you on your way to Germany, or if there's some other kind of community, for example Indians in Munich, Indians in Frankfurt, Indians in Hamburg, whatsoever, wherever you're a big part of, it just helps you stay in touch with that. And every single time you have some kind of questions which you know that only Indians will understand, or only some other nationalities will understand, you can just very easily be in touch with them via internet, and you don't have to actually make the commitment of going there. And you also have this easy kind of access where you can just communicate with everybody. For the people who are part of the big fam, well, we have a Facebook group which is called Bharat in Germany, and yes, there are a lot of posts regarding profile evaluations, visa, admission processes and stuff, but know that it's not just about it. It's about everybody who wants to share their experiences, and this is a safe place where you can just come, share your experience, ask your questions. The second point is learn the language and learn the food. And this is really important because I've seen a lot of other people saying that, hey, it's fine, you can get by without the language. And to some extent it is true, but it is going to be really surviving instead of living. As soon as you learn the language, it is going to be very easy for you to communicate with other people. And this is a fundamental, I think, human need that everybody has. You want to talk with other people, and as soon as you talk with them in their mother tongue, things change. It's magical for people. Imagine a German coming to you and he says something in Hindi. How nice would you feel? And pretty much you can think of the same thing towards Germans. Many a times they see a brown person or they see somebody else and they're all right, we have to talk in English or something, and as soon as you open your mouth, you're speaking in German, things change. They're already nicer, they appreciate the effort that you're doing of speaking in German and stuff. So definitely learn the language. It doesn't just help you interculturally or in your private life, but also professionally. There's a reason why there are not many Indians in top management positions in Germany, and the main reason is that people are not motivated enough to learn the language or even enter inside the business fields. From the Germans I've met, or the international community in Germany that I've met, most of them think that Indians are known for engineering, but when you talk about management or business, they're we don't really know much about it, but we know that Indians are really smart. And if you compare in a company, engineers are pretty much still taking orders and not taking care of the major responsibilities. Yes, they do have their technical stuff, but it's working behind the scenes, and the main problem is always German. So in the DACH region, so Germany, Austria, Switzerland, as long as you don't have the German proficiency, it is going to be very difficult for you or for the company to trust you with any kind of client meetings, because what I've understood, like in my time doing business, is doing business with somebody pretty much condenses to, do I like him as a person? And as soon as you speak in English, well, there's already some kind of uncomfort, because most of the rich people here, they are like old, and also then like they want to speak in German. And if you cannot like communicate in German, and if you cannot like make the same jokes, or at least like make them feel comfortable in that language, it becomes really difficult. So maybe your parents or grandparents, maybe they don't know such good English, and a foreigner comes and he has to do business with them, and your grandparents are absolutely rich. They would rather choose somebody with whom they can laugh and with whom they can like connect in a way better sense, because it just builds trust, and businesses then happen on trust. The second thing is going to be learn the food. Go to a restaurant. I think Sahana from Bremen, like I met her for the Goethe Institute collaboration. She was very meticulous, and there was like one thing I really liked about her. In her free time, she would go and choose different restaurants. So like there was a row completely filled with restaurants, and she would go once to this one, then to that one. It's just like a lot of restaurants, and then she would try every single dish, and it just got her used to the German food like very quickly. You don't have to eat non-vegetarian. This is another very big misconception that people have, that if you're in Germany you cannot survive without like non-vegetarian food. That is not true at all. For example, Alina and I, we are vegetarians, so like we are also like surviving completely fine. It's not a problem at all. It's been 3 years. Alina has been vegetarian since she's 17, so it's a long time, and she's doing fine. Like you don't have to eat meat to live in this country. You just have to learn what kind of different food is there, right? As soon as you know that, everything else is fine, and you don't have to worry about anything at all. And I know if you're a parent who's watching this video, just know that it is not a big problem, and your son or like your daughter is going to be absolutely fine when they're coming to Germany, and they will definitely have something to eat. They wouldn't hunger or starve. Now the third very important thing is make friends that stick. You know, I in my life have been very particular with what kind of like people I keep around, because more often than not, like even though people are very friendly and very helpful on the surface, when you go deeper and you have the need of forming friendships, many a times people just tend to disappoint other people, and like you don't even hold any kind of grudges for it. Like this is just how life works. Instead of having this false feeling that every single person who talks to you nicely is your friend, rather really see what kind of people you can talk to when you're really down. So for that, you know, like this is a crazy thing, but for that I have a list. Like I made a list of people whom I can talk to in case I feel really down, and it's a proper Excel sheet, and I have their contact numbers, and I have their like Facebook profiles and stuff, and it's like, yeah, like in case things go wrong, in case I really need help, these are pretty much the few people I can count on. And like that list, like I know so many people, and I've met so many people, I've connected with so many people, but that list boils down to just 15. Now, and the funny thing is, like, don't think that you need a lot of friends, because first of all, having a lot of friends means investing a lot of time, and you cannot think that you're just friends even though you have never invested time in engaging with each other or building the relationship. If you haven't done any of these things, you cannot really count them. You cannot have like 20 or 30 really good friends, but you can have like 3 really good friends or 2 really good friends. Like that is always possible, and these are the people you should be able to count on. If they aren't, then don't keep yourself in the illusion. Just think if you can talk to these people when you're feeling down, because moving to a different country, it is going to be tough, and there will be times when you feel lonely, and there will be times when you just really want to just sit down and tell everybody everything about your life. And then you shouldn't have this kind of limitation that, hey, I cannot tell him these and these things. Like it should be like a free fall, and like these kind of people you can absolutely talk to. It's not a problem at all, and just keep those people around. In case, like, if I could be of any kind of help ever, like, you know, the best way to approach me is always via email, because I also get on Instagram messages and stuff. Instagram is nice to like keep you updated with whatever is happening in my life, but to be honest, I really don't like typing on phone. It's like very slow for me, and I rather like write emails, and I love writing things. So, you know, email is going to be something that you can use. Alina is there, I'm here. Whatever way we can help in, like, we always try to do our best. This was pretty much of the big seminars in 2018. This was the same motive in 2019, and this will be the same in 2020. So just know that if you think for a particular situation we are the right people to write to, well, gladly, like, we are all ears. Fourth point, date someone from the target country. Well, this could be kind of controversial for some people, because Maybe you already have a girlfriend, maybe you already have a boyfriend who is not living in Germany. I think dating somebody when you're in a target country, like it pretty much really resolves the very, I think, human need of like finding a partner, like not feeling alone and stuff like that. And even though those shouldn't be the reasons you should be dating somebody, because pretty much giving somebody else the power of not letting you feel lonely is not such a smart decision. So like you should work on it by yourself. You should be able to feel completely fine, or like if not happy, just fine when you're alone. But this feeling of having a partner with whom you can discuss things, or with whom you are experiencing the realities of life together, that is really nice. And I mean, I think you should definitely go for it. You should keep your mind open. You're coming in Germany, and you know, there are so many different places you meet people. And if you have the opportunity of dating somebody, well, then definitely go for it. Like, try it, because trying never costs anything, and you can see if that person is the right one for you or not. Like for me and Alina, it completely worked out, and you just learn so many tiny intercultural things, and this is going to be a very rewarding experience for you. And trust me, like if you find a person in the country you're living in, date them. There was such a nice quote, I don't remember who wrote it. It's like, you should try your luck at least once a day, because you could be roaming around lucky the entire day and not even know about it. So the fifth point is, always know that you can return back. And this is rather on a serious note, because I've seen some students like commit suicide, and there were some stories and like news about it in Germany, when people feel like absolutely bowed down, and they're like, you know, I don't understand like what I can do and things like that. You should always know that no matter where you're living, in a matter of one day, even if you're in US and you want to come to Germany, within one day you will be back home. And as soon as you're home, your parents, your father, your mother, like don't worry about the relatives. I think like relatives are pretty much the most unnecessary thing that somebody can have. Like they have so much control over like how you should behave, how you shouldn't, and stuff like that. And they are actually pretty useless when it really comes down to helping you out with something. So your parents, so like when you return back, it isn't going to be like, why did you return back? Why did you spend so much of our money? Like, we will never get the money back. Hey, don't do this. Go back to the country where you were studying and things like that. They wouldn't say that. Like, they would be more than happy, and they wouldn't even discuss about these things in the first few months, like until you are not feeling fine. Like, it is very important for them that you are happy. They brought you into this world. Like, they made you grow into the kind of person you are now, and like they nurtured you with all of these different kind of things. So in case you ever feel like, hey, it's just getting too much and I don't know if I can like live here any longer, you can always return back. You can talk to your family, you can connect with your own roots, and then if you think, hey, all right, I have the strength to complete this and move forward, then you can take that decision. Then you can just book a flight, and within one day, like from Germany to India, it takes 14 hours. Just book a flight and you're in India. Like, you don't need any kind of drama at all in the middle. It's very simple. So don't think your parents are too far away, your friends are too far away. You can always reach them within one day. So always know that in case things go wrong, you always have a home, and that home will be always ready to accept you in whatever condition you are in. It's just sometimes you have to take one step back to take 2 steps forward. So don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Life is not as bad as you think, because sometimes people have the tendency of taking it too seriously. Like, I do that. Like, it's just my brain. Like, I think too much about things most of the times, and maybe that's not the right thing, but this is why I have that list of people I can contact anytime. And this is also why I always know that whenever like things go wrong, something happens, you can always return back, you can always gain your energy, and then you can face the challenges again. All of these things combined, it just really helps you know how you are as a person, and it really grows you. Like, any kind of adversity that you face, like, it will always make you grow stronger. It will always make you understand yourself a bit better. So like, any kind of problems you face, always understand that, you know, like, this is definitely for the right thing. You're going to learn from it, and then you would be able to, you know, whenever some situation like this happens again, you will know what kind of things to do. So thanks a lot for watching the video. An Indian's Guide to Surviving in Germany, the PDF is going to be available for download from the link given in the description. So take care, like, definitely go for it. It's just a small PDF, you can keep it with you, you can go through it, and it just reminds you of these things plus some other things that I thought are better mentioned in the PDF alone. Alright, so look out for those surprise parts in the PDF and share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.